Hello, everyone. This is Daniel, and I have something to say to you. So those who call themselves good are not good, because everyone is a sinner. Basically, it says all over the Bible that all the good things that everyone calls themselves are actually the opposite. So if you call yourself not a liar, you're a liar. If you call yourself handsome, you're not handsome on the inside. If you call yourself respectable, you're not respectable really. If you call yourself skilled, you're not skilled spiritually. If you call yourself happy jolly person, you're not a happy jolly person, not spiritually. If you call yourself let's say very popular YouTuber, you're the least in heaven. If you call yourself rich, you're poor spiritually. If you call yourself, let's say, humble, you're very proud. If you call yourself alive, you're dead, spiritually speaking. So all these things are, basically all you have to do is admit that you're a sinner, because those churches that are calling themselves alive and knowing the Bible and that their church is biblical, their church is not biblical, I believe. So just remember that all the churches that call themselves biblical, unless they say, well, we cannot be perfectly biblical, all those churches that claim that they're biblical are actually dead and not biblical. If a church bases on themselves off the Bible, they're not really biblical either. If the church says we follow the whole Bible, well, they're also following the Torah as well, but also those churches that really strictly find that strictly follow the Bible. Those churches that strictly follow the Bible and actually tell the Old Testament as a story and a reminder of the New Testament. Those are really the biblical churches. Where if they really mainly talk about hell, they're going there. If they're mainly talking about heaven, they're going to hell. So now, if they say that they're people there are broken and basically healing, that's really, unless they're admitting that they're healing fast, but it's a really long process to heal. They admit that these people are healing from many problems, and they know that spiritually, most of these churches are not healing spiritually, but also the churches that say, well, we take in broken people, they're actually broken themselves. And many churches that are saying that they're taking in broken people have the gay flag up. So you can't win there. All the church has to do is remain silent to their people and just go on with the teaching of repentance and admitting that they're wrong. That's a church that I see that as a true believer. So if a church admits that they're wrong and that everyone is wrong and that they're a sinner, that church is alive. And what does a dead church mean? A dead church is a church that is going teaching in vain. They're useless. They're actually a hopeless state in that they're useless in their teaching. And that's mainly with proud people. The Pharisees were very dead. They're like desert bones. And of course, our American churches are like bones indeed, but like desert bones in a different way. So when we're really alive, which I don't pretend to be, we're remaining silent. But I don't really want to just say it, but basically, I'm wrong with a lot of myself because I'm a sinner. But I was redeemed by Jesus, if that's the case. Now, to say that I've been redeemed by Jesus, sometimes you're not. But really, knowing the Father and knowing Jesus personally, you do have to wonder if that's really the case. I mean, if you know that the person has changed, that's one thing. But if the church that never changes, that's another. That's another dead state. So, unfortunately, you cannot talk about going to heaven. You cannot talk about people going to hell. You just gotta be talking about Jesus that redeems. And you can't just say that a lot of my people are going to heaven because that's just, I mean, the most successful church in America has 30% of the people going to heaven, and everyone else is a very low number. A lot of people that don't care about the church, or they just are truly broken, or they're just not getting the right message. Very few, if all, are not going to heaven. So just remember that a church needs to be representing its people by going to Jesus. Jesus is the only way. Jesus is the only priority that we have. And Jesus is the one that causes miracles to happen. We need a miracle in the church, and we need all kinds of miracles that are true miracles and not false miracles. And of course, it should be an everyday thing that prayers are answered and miracles happen. And I don't pretend to have that happening to me, but of course, no one's perfect. So, I mean, for me, I don't have that happening all the time because I have special knowledge happening all the time. And I have it stuck in my head, and that's all I need to do. That's all I need to have. But then there's the fact that, you know, there are churches that have people that are in ministry. They're the ones that's supposed to pray for the people and have miracles happen to all the people all the time. That's never happening in American churches. That's only happening in countries of Africa. And unfortunately, everywhere else we're seeing dead churches, except for the persecuted areas of churches. Everywhere else it's dead. So just remember that if the people admit that they're right, they're wrong. If they admit that someone else is right, they don't really know what the other person is, right or wrong, because they could find out that they're wrong indeed. But if a church admits that everyone is wrong and that they need Jesus, these people are going to be likely to go to heaven, that they'll be saved through Jesus because they know that they're poor and pitiful, but then they were rich through Jesus. And those who admit that they're poor and pitiful, they're rich through Jesus. All right, I'll be done now, okay? Bye.